Picture this. You're running a recruiting firm. You've got a client trusting you with their next big hire. And then this lands on your desk, a resume that looks polished, impressive even. It all started with the resume. At first glance, looked solid, clean format, decent job history, but then I spotted it two roles listed for the exact same time frame at two different companies in the same city. Now, unless you've mastered cloning yourself, that's a problem. So I do what I always do to verify. I ask for two simple things: their LinkedIn profile, their salary expectations. That's it, easy, straightforward. And then silence, no response, ghosted. Here's what most people don't realize: silence is a response, and recruiting, when someone goes quiet, it usually means they're hiding something. And I don't gamble with my clients' trust. So I did what any CEO would do: I started digging. Strike one. Have you ever read something that looked perfect on paper, but you knew something was wrong? That's exactly what happened when I reviewed this applicant's resume, and let me tell you, it turned into one of the biggest red flags I've seen as a CEO running a recruiting firm. And the crazy part, this one mistake could have cost them their career forever. Let me walk you through it because you won't believe what I found. But here's the thing: I don't like to assume. Sometimes people make mistakes. So I did what any recruiter who actually wants to help would do. I sat down with the candidate and said, let's walk through this together. And guess what? They confirmed every single change confidently, smiling, like, yep, that's correct. Yep, that's exactly what happened. And that's when my gut said, hold on, something's not adding up here. Have you ever had that feeling like when someone is telling you something with confidence, but your instincts are screaming at you? That's where I was, and it was about to get worse. Here's the thing: it's not just about one role. When an employer catches one lie, they don't just question that job title, they question your entire career. Your credibility is gone, and it's not just the candidate who looks bad. If I had passed that resume along to my client, that would blown back on me. Think about it. My client is trusting me as the recruiting firm CEO to bring them vetted talent. If I send over someone dishonest, I lose my reputation. I lose trust. I lose business. And let's be real, one bad hire can cost a company tens of thousands of dollars. Salaries, benefits, training, turnover. I pull up LinkedIn, and what do I say? But wait, it doesn't stop there. As I dig deeper, I find another discrepancy. Another role, same locations, but with a different job title. That's strike two. But I don't stop there. I scroll further, and bam, another profession listed there is completely different from the resume. Same city, but yet another title. It's like the candidate was living a double life on mine. And now we've crossed the line from sloppy to flat. What decide need? Now, here's why this matters. Employers today don't just take resumes at face value. They cross check LinkedIn, Google references. If one thing doesn't line up, you're done. Blacklisted. And this candidate didn't just risk one rejection, they risked their entire career reputation. So when people lie on resumes, it's not just about them, it's about the ripple effect. And this applicant, they didn't just miss out on this one opportunity, they probably got blacklisted from that company forever, because once you're flagged, you don't get a second chance. And this is why I created my Get Hired product, because the truth is, most people don't know how to build a job winning resume, LinkedIn, and cover letter that actually align. And when you don't know how, you start cutting corners, exaggerating, or even lying. But that's never the answer. The Get Hired product fixes that. It helps you build a flawless, consistent, and professional brand across all your job documents. Resume perfect, LinkedIn matches, cover letter sharp and aligned. So employers look at your profile and say, this is someone I can trust. No contradictions, no red flags, just confidence. And here's the best part: when you have the right tools, you don't need to lie. You don't need to scramble. You show up as the best version of yourself, and the opportunities follow.